This is Computer Insider, Canada's most watched, most listened to technology series. From around the world, computer news, user tips, hardware profiles, and software insights. Avoiding technobabble, we keep you informed in plain language. Computer Insider is hosted by award-winning international broadcast journalist Bob Pritchard.
Thank you very much for joining us once again today. Just in case you were wondering what the next craze in the technology world was going to be, well, hold on to your Dick Tracy watch, Batman, because the times, they are a-changing. Yes, indeed, the next phenomenon to sweep your pocketbook will come in the form of a smartwatch. Let's back up a little bit and see what factors opened the market for this change. Well, first of all, the venerable friend of time, the traditional wristwatch, didn't work very well. Now, don't get me wrong, they did keep time, but not very accurately, at least by today's standards. I remember laying out almost $1,000 many years ago for a chronograph that was accurate to 5 seconds a month and looked awesome. So you're thinking, 5 seconds a month, that's pretty good, so what's the issue? Well, first of all, for most things, 5 seconds is nothing. But in my line of work, a 5-second mistake could get you fired if you were to, let's say, hook up to your network connection late, or you shortchanged the client on the length of their commercial. The second big factor is how to set the watch in the first place. I'd hate to tell you how many hours I sat in front of a computer trying to set my watch to the atomic clock. So the fate of the wristwatch was pretty much sealed by the inherent flaws of the technology. All you have to do is look around today and notice how many people are not wearing wristwatches. And why? Simple. Your smartphone is blazingly accurate and it sets itself automatically. So if you want to know what the time is, all you do is check your phone. The drawback to using a smartphone as a timepiece is that it's generally, well, somewhat awkward to pull out in public if you want to, check the time discreetly. The barrier to wide acceptance of the adoption of smart watches has been threefold. They're expensive, they lack functionality, and they're not too stylish. The first two issues are basically self-rectifying. The very nature of technology is to deliver more functionality. So whereas smartwatches at this point have focused on GPS and built-in cameras, the next generation will focus on connectivity to your smartphone and make all its apps and email available on your wrist. The issue of fashion is going to be a problem, I think, for the foreseeable future. And why? Well, there's no female draw. In researching this article, there were minimal watches available for women, and the only place a woman would be caught wearing one would be in the gym. So that takes care of about half of the consumer population. And as for the other half, most are either married or on the hunt for a companion, and as such don't have the right to pick out their own timepiece. I'm a prime example. I bought a first-generation smartwatch, and I'm banned from wearing it except when I'm boating because it projects the wrong image, at least according to my wife, and well, she's probably mostly right on this. But I still find it neat having my watch constantly in sync with the atomic clock. My fate will probably be in the hands of the developers at Google and Samsung. Reporting for Computer Insider, I'm Bob Pritchard.
This is Computer Insider, Canada's most watched, most listened to technology series. From around the world, computer news, user tips, hardware profiles, and software insights. Avoiding technobabble, we keep you informed in plain language. Computer Insider is hosted by award-winning international broadcast journalist Bob Pritchard.